Hey guys, it's me, Cadence Whispers. I am back on my YouTube channel. I apologise that I have not been around recently. If you remember from my last video, I'd been unwell. I actually spent pretty much all of September ill with a few different illnesses that stemmed from having a chest infection, and I've only recently recovered. So unfortunately, that has been taking up a lot of my time. I've had a few family things going on, etc. as well. But I thought I would come back and do a yes or no pick a card because I know these are really popular and sometimes we just need a straightforward answer. So that's what I aim to do today. Today I actually did a money bowl spell for myself and a few of my clients, and I wasn't sure how well it would work, but it actually seemed to work pretty quickly. So if any of you are interested in a prosperity spell, it basically ensures a steady income flow, so you're never without anything, you're never struggling. So if you're interested, please contact me. So we're doing the yes or no pick a card today. I think tomorrow, maybe in a few days' time, I'll be doing an updated when will you get pregnant reading, just because I know how popular the last one was and I wanted to give an updated one because obviously the energies have changed and things like that. So I will be doing that very soon as well. Today I'm using all brand new decks. I've got some very Halloween themed ones that are really cool. For example, I'll just list off the ones that I have. I will put them in the description box as well. So we'll start with the ones that are on the bottom, which is this one. We've got the Santa Muerte Oracle deck and also the Tarot deck as well. It's really cool. I like them a lot. And this one is my favourite, which is the Zombie Tarot. We've also got the Moon Oracle. And we have the Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle deck as well. So there's a few different things to work from there. I also got some new crystals. We've got the purple cracked quartz, the rhodonite. You can't really see the colour very well, but it's very pinky purple. And we've got the blue cracked quartz as well. I've actually got a new phone as well. So hopefully the sound and video quality is a lot better on this one. I bet you're all wondering, where's all this money come from? Let's just say that prosperity spells do work really, really well, and I can vouch for that because I've done them on myself, and they even surprised me how well they work. So there you go. You just gotta have the belief. Anyway, I digress. So we'll just we'll start with part one. I will try to put the timestamps in the description box if I remember to do it or figure out how. But we will just, with these cards, there'll be a yes or no and there'll be advice to obviously get you to that straightforward answer, if that makes sense. Some of them may be a maybe, or it could be a yes that turns into a no, or a no that turns into yes. Is more action needed, but I will explain that. So I'm just going to pause and just going to get part one ready, and then we will be right back in. So this is part one, which is the purple cracked quartz. So we'll just lay the zombie tarot down first. So we have the Chariot reversed. We have the Magician. The Santa Muerte tarot. We have 5 of Wands. The 10 of Swords reversed. We've got Temperance reversed. Okay, ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. And this is the Moon Oracle. Confession. Instinct. The Santa Muerte Oracle, we have... Oh, actually, I need to check these, because I haven't actually used these ones that much yet, so I need to double check the meanings of them. So let's see. Just bear with me. We've got 32. Right, let's see. Bear with me. It takes ages to get to. 32 Santa Muerte. We come to the last card of the World of Actions and the last card of this oracle, which concludes with a new beginning. Santa Muerte reminds us that all the energy we have at our disposal is a loan we will have to pay back, and it is thus our responsibility to transform it into the most beautiful and positive way possible throughout our existence. This energy was present in the moment it allowed us to exist as we lay in our cribs after birth, and it lovingly holds our hand when we face a new staircase in the grave. Just as life generates death and death generates life, this card invites us to accept any change, transformation, or drastic severing of perspective with a smile. And we've got 31, which is the card before that, which is Celebration. Celebration is in close contact with the memory card, and it incites us to celebrate life and the deserved results we obtain, which belong to us as much as they belong to those who came before us, our ancestors, and the people with whom we collaborate, as expressed by the Fraternity card. As the tree that renews its leaves but keeps its roots, we must always have the courage to renew our ideas while maintaining the principles that have guided us and that were passed on to us by our ancestors. Okay, so let's just take a proper look. Okay, so I feel like at the moment it's a no, but it's going to go to a yes. Now, the reason it's a no at the moment is because the Chariot is reversed, so the wheels have fallen off, you're not moving anywhere, because there's things that need to be resolved at this moment. Now, the Five of Wands is all about battling, usually within yourself, with your self-confidence, not believing that you deserve something, not believing that things are going to happen the way that you would like. Now, the Ten of Swords, when it's reversed, is actually an extremely positive card because it indicates a new beginning. In relationships, for example, it's a relationship that's been brought from the brink of death, which is interesting with these two cards and with the confession. So I feel like for some of you, you're asking if a certain person has feelings for you or if they're going to tell you how they feel. And the answer is yes, but not at the moment, because, this can represent both of you. There seems to be a lot of inner turmoil, a bit of an inner monologue going on. And the Temperance card, when it's reversed, it shows that things are out of balance at the moment and there's more actions that need to be taken. So while it's a no at the moment, it is moving into a yes. Now, with the 23, let me just check with the Moon Oracle, because these ones are quite complicated. So it's Mansion card 23. Let's see. Confession. Okay. Venus represents the choices that you make, and Mercury signifies the mental processes and discussion. With the moon in the responsible and conforming sign of Capricorn, these planets indicate serious and confidential discussion of emotional matters. If you draw this card, advice of some kind will be sought and answers provided. The black moon in the image signifies that there is something important that is yet undisclosed. Although it has been kept secret, the matter will be revealed to you by or to you very soon. So I feel like Capricorn, this is going to come to fruition in late December, early January. Late December obviously is Christmas time, so it could be very much a case of, like if you've ever seen Love Actually, it says, and at Christmas we tell the truth. It's very much that kind of feeling, and the instinct here is, I feel like instinctively how they feel, or that it is going to happen, but at the moment it's just not the right time, but it is going to lead, to new beginnings. There's going to be an ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And it's saying ready, set, go. So it's saying, now's the time to prepare for that, for it coming and things. But a lot of this is kind of out of your hands, because especially if it involves another person, it's for their timing more than it is for yours. But it is going to be a very positive outcome. I mean, I know these cards look really bleak, but the messages are actually really positive, and the Magician as well, it's showing that you can help this to come forward. What you need to do is just manifest it, just really have the confidence, believe that you deserve this person, you deserve these answers that you're looking for. It's all about having the belief that it is going to come forward, because 9 times out of the 10, you're your own blockage. At the end of the day, you're the only thing stopping yourself moving forward, and sometimes it is purely down to the other person, but you can get this moving forward if you just manifest what it is that you want. So say, for example, if there's an important conversation you need to have, just visualize how you think it's going to go. I feel like when we have crushes on someone, or we're interested in someone, we kind of have like those conversations in our head, how we want it to go, what we want them to say, how we think it's going to go. So it's just really saying to do that to the point that you actually manifest what it is that you want, and then it will come into fruition. So the instinct is really following your instincts about how to bring that forward, because obviously everyone manifests things in different ways. So just do it how it works best for you, and what you feel will work and what won't. So that's really the message here for pile 1. 5 of Wands, it's something that can easily be overcome. If it was a 5 of Swords, it would be more difficult because it's more significant pain and challenges, but this is just something like really simple that can be overcome and overlooked. So I'm not massively worried here. So basically the answer is no for now, but once this happens in December, January, then it's going to be a yes. So I hope that makes sense for pile 1. We're going to move on to pile 2 now. Okay guys, I'm back with pile 2, which is the Rhodonite. Okay, so the Zombie Tarot first, and we have 8 of Cups reversed. Okay. Devil. The Santa Muerte, 8 of Cups upright. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh. The Knight of Swords. The High Priestess. Waves of prosperity. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. Set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. Okay. And the Moon Oracle. Confidence. Recognition. In the Santa Muerte Oracle, we have 13 and 15. Okay, I'm just going to start with these ones first because I need to refer to the booklet, because this is very new and some of them have complex messages at times. So let's see. So we've got 13, which is, oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce that word. Huitzilopochtli. Okay, it's is it Peruvian? It's an old language anyway. I'm not going to pretend to be able to pronounce the name. But it's the god of the sun anyway. God of the sun and war, simultaneously benevolent but strict. In fact, just as the sun can sense life on earth, its excess can burn and kill. He can be considered a sublimated form of the light card, powerful and generous, but lethal if, like the little hummingbird that flies too near it, we do not keep the right distance from it, or if we exceed in arrogance and presumptuousness. Okay, and then 15. Oh no, another one I can't pronounce. Telazal, Teotil. Okay, it's the goddess of the earth, fertility, birth, connected to the second and seventh cards. The complementary primary impulses of masculine and feminine, which can only bring forth descendants by cooperating. Benevolent protector of fertility. We see her devouring a malevolent centipede, for she was also seen as a purifying goddess to whom people confess their sins, which are purified by devouring them. Okay, that's horrifying and interesting at the same time. Okay, so what's really interesting here is that we have the Eight of Cups reversed and the Eight of Cups upright. So it feels like the answer to this is yes, but I feel like you've been... look at this man here. Look how deeply he's considering leaving. He's in really deep contemplation about this decision, whether to stay or go. You know, and the Eight of Cups reversed, again, like if it's upright, you can see her, she's looking back, wondering if she should stay or go. So I feel like you're torn between whether this is going to happen, whether you should leave this dream behind, this particular thing or person behind. But, it's going to be really successful. For some of you, you might be asking if you're going to get pregnant soon, whether it's the right time to start a family, which is represented by the High Priestess and this card, which is fertility, and the waves of prosperity as well. It's confidence and recognition. For some of you, you might be asking if you're going to get a new job. That's going to provide more money and things such as that. Which does look like a yes, obviously, from what I can see here. And the Set Your Sights Higher, I just feel like it's saying, don't be afraid to reach for this, whatever it is that you want. Don't settle for what you already have. If you want this, go for it. And that's the real message here. Now, these moon ones are good for timing because they tell us when the moon cycles are. And I do have a moon chart in the back, so I can kind of pinpoint when that will be. So, disseminating waning fire moon. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I think these ones are right at the back. Let's have a look. Okay. Disseminating fire moon. Oh, they're not even in like a particular order. This is stupid. Just ignore me. Right. Okay. Yeah. Moon, Leo. Right. So this is representing fire signs, and obviously the next fire sign we have coming up is Sagittarius, which is late November to mid-December. So I feel like timing wise it's not going to be that long at all. And we've got the full moon in fire as well, which again is the same thing, so it's just kind of doubly confirming that is for the time scale. You might also be a fire sign yourself, asking about another fire sign, or it just gives you confirmation there. But yeah, I do feel like this is a yes. This is, quite a clear yes. But I do feel like you do have worries about it, whether you should just kind of leave it behind and just stay where you are. But it's saying don't settle. Don't settle, If you want to move away from this, you've got a dream, go for it, What's the point in holding yourself back? It's just going to bring regrets, and, we all have to move forward in life, and I feel like the High Priestess spirit are going to be pushing you forward anyway to do this, because I feel like you felt unaligned in your situation for a while, and you've been looking for the right way to go, and this is showing you the right way to go, and this is It's the Sun card essentially. These are quite frightening, really, aren't they? But they're really. Oh my god, there's a Ouija board on the back. That is weird. But he's got the warrior spirit in him, but for the most part he always does the right thing. And I feel like you have that fighting spirit in you, and you really want to go for your dreams and not give in and not give up. And I can see that pondering within you. The devil is just really a reminder about not giving in to bad thoughts or negativity, or allowing yourself to be pulled off the right path. And these guys seem a hell of a lot scarier than the devil anyway, so you really wouldn't want to tangle with them, would you? But yeah, it's the Waves of Prosperity is a really good card because it shows that whatever this yes is, it's going to be really make you really happy. If it's more money that you want, if it's a new house, if it's a baby, it's all just kind of showing that it's going to make you very happy, and it's something that you've worked towards, and quite rightly so. Do you deserve this? Okay, so that was pile 2. I'm going to move on to pile 3 now. Okie dokie, pile 3, we have the blue cracked quartz. So we've got the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess again, interesting. The 9 of Cups, oh that's a good one. The King of Cups. The 2 of Swords. Okay. Self-forgiveness, let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. Father healing, your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Lilith. Gaia. And these 2, I will have to refer to my booklet. So I will do that first. So we've got number 2. Masculine. The first active dynamic and creative impulse that emerges from the darkness. This second card is no less than the fundamental force of the universe, the first push towards the outside, a channel of passage both stimulating and vital. The desire to become and to evolve. This desire, however, cannot be satisfied because the energy, much like fuel outside the combustion chamber, is not structured, disciplined, and stable. Okay, so that's kind of pointing me towards no, but let me. Okay, 11. Let me just check. Oh, that's interesting. 2 and 11. Very spiritual numbers. Okay, 11. Okay, I know I can't pronounce that word. I'm not going to try. Queen of the dead and the afterlife, responsible for memory as a whole and individual memories. She represents the principle of synthesis and aggregation of bodies and matter, complemented to that of her husband. She is the alchemic coagula to join together, a continuation on a lower level of the concept of synthesis expressed by the feminine card. In fact, we see her near some recently remoulded bodies, devouring stars during the day, because just as life cannot exist without death, day cannot exist without night. Okay. Oh, this might be a maybe, guys. May have to draw some more cards on this. Let me have a look at what Lilith means. I know Lilith isn't really great in the Bible. Isn't she a biblical whore of some kind? Lilith. Okay. When the Black Goddess Lilith is selected, you must take firm steps to survive courageously against all odds. Events and people may be currently creating an evil image about you, but this must be ignored. You will need to be prepared to go to the utmost of passionate action to achieve the desired end. You can sit back no longer. Change is inevitable, and that which is no longer useful must be rejected. Everything must be reassessed to determine its worth. Lilith is the first of the black goddesses, and in her death and rebirth role, seeks to clear away the accumulated rubbish of life to make room for the birth of the new. The cleansing nature of water in the passionate sign of Scorpio. Oh, so that's timing. Is to seek a challenge worthy of your power. If the goddess card Lilith is selected, then November will be an auspicious month. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's what I thought. Right, Gaia. Drawing the goddess Gaia reveals that you will go to extremes to protect that which is precious to you. She shows that something you've produced is unacceptable to others, and you may have to take drastic steps in order to protect that which you have created. Eventually, out of the extreme nature of your response will come some good. Gaia is the last of the red goddesses, and in her sustaining role seeks to both sides of a situation before taking emphatic action. The nature of air in Libra is to weigh the pros and cons of each situation in order to be sure that the eventual decision made is the correct one. If the Gaia card is selected, October will be an important month. Okay, so it's sort of the now then, really. Okay. Okay. And so I feel like with the first pile, this is a yes, but it's going to take a while to get there. At the moment, I feel like you do have some issues with your father. I'm picking up that he either abandoned you or he passed away, and you feel resentment about that because it's affected all the relationships and decisions that you've made in your life since then. The Two of Cups, I feel for a lot of you this is going to be about a love question. And you're asking in particular about how if a man, that you're interested in is interested in you. But, I feel like it's one of those things where it's going to be difficult because, these two cards have both said people aren't going to be happy with this situation, and your ultimate goal is to have the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card, but it feels as though it's going to take a lot of work to actually get there. So you may actually have already put the work in, and it's acknowledging that, and then the desired outcome is going to come very soon. The October, November could also be next year, so you could just be beginning that, and that would be the final outcome. The Two of Swords is really about crossroads and, choosing which way you want to go and how you want to deal with it and things like that. But I do feel like this is a yes, but there's just work that needs to be done to get there. A lot of the time when we have issues with our parents, I do with both my parents, it's kind of weird for me because since I've had my son, I've had a lot of issues with my dad because he was always an absent dad. He was there with us, but he wasn't there. And then when he actually left and started a family with somebody else, it affected me really deeply. And because I have a son, and I often worry about my partner if he's going to do that, and it has affected every single relationship I've ever had, and I've got mother issues as well. But, they both have affected every relationship I've had, and I know that we have to just let it go to God, let it go to the universe, because we can't control the way that they are. We can only control the way we respond to it, and parents do mess their kids up. Unfortunately it happens. For the most of us, I feel like we know when we're making mistakes and we try and rectify them, but there are parents out there that just don't ever realise or accept blame for that. So I do feel like, you need to forgive yourself as well in this situation. I feel like once you actually release to the universe and realise, that everybody makes mistakes, nobody's perfect, and forgive your father for whatever happened, or if he's passed on, just talk to him, you know, and ask him to show you the way, you know. But I do feel like, see, this one's quite sad now. The other two were, you know, this one's making me sad. But I do feel like you are going to get the answer that you want. There's just some work involved to get there, okay? You know, and with this one, have a good cry if you need to. Let it all out, you know. It can be helpful sometimes to know that other people share similar experiences, you know, and, you know, just talk about it with them and just release it, move on, you know, accept what's happened has happened, and then everything you want will come into fruition, okay? You know, and this lady here, she, you know, she's the counterpart to her husband, but she's also very much her own person away from him, you know, and this is about the masculine, so I do feel like there's not been a lot of male role models in your life and it's affected you. And you need to kind of balance that out with this strong female energy in Gaia as well, because she represents fertility. So it's about balancing out that masculine with the feminine as well. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Didn't really take the turn I was expecting, that one, but it, you know, it's all good at the end of the day. We've all got things to learn, etc. If there's any particular reading that you want me to do, then please let me know in the comments. Feedback is always appreciated. I am going to be uploading again more frequently. I apologise. It was just literally, there was a few days when I couldn't get out of bed and my mum had to come and take my son for a while so that I could just catch up on sleep. You know, I've had 2 sets of antibiotics. I actually have gone slightly deaf in both ears because I had the chest infection moved into my ears, so there's that to deal with as well. My life's just a barrel of laughs, you know, so it's kind of funny how, like, the universe balances things out, because, like, while monetarily and luck-wise I've been really lucky, like, health-wise it's not been great, but, you know, I guess that's life at the end of the day, isn't it? But, you know, thank you guys for your continued support. If you are a current subscriber, if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you do subscribe. All feedback is appreciated and important to me, and, you know, we're a little family here. I think I'm on 243 subscribers at the moment, and I'm hoping that will go to 300 plus very soon. So if you could spread the word, then I'd very much appreciate it. And take care, guys, and I will see you in the next video.